How's it going, guys? It's a final render here. And it's been a while since I last uploaded a video, I know. Normally trying to aim for 2 videos a week, but after the feedback from the last video, I decided that I would not be uploading any more content until I got a new microphone. So here we are. I'm now coming to you through the power of the Blue Yeti. And I was originally using the PlayStation 3 eye camera, and it's not bad, but it's definitely not perfect for the standards I want to set myself. So I hope you guys like the new microphone. And in other news, we are very near 19,000 subscribers. That is absolutely insane. Just a few weeks ago we broke 10,000, so give it a little bit of time and we'll be on 20,000, which is pretty epic indeed. I've got a lot of plans for the future. Hopefully should be able to get a new graphics card in the next 2 weeks as well, so it's full steam ahead. So, in this episode of Building with Mods, we are going to be using the Wasteland workshop on Finch Farm. I understand I'm a little late for the Wasteland workshop party, but I'm still going to use it anyway. I do like the Wasteland workshop. It is very suitably priced for the amount of content you get, and there are some nice things in there. So, for this video, we are going to be building a second battle arena. I've already built a battle arena with the Automatron DLC, but seeing as the Wasteland workshop has features in order to give you an actual battle arena, let's go for it. Starting off with the scrap all console command and some individual disable commands, we were able to give ourselves a pretty decent flat space in Finch Farm. And now, using a brand new material from the Wasteland workshop, we have got the concrete walls and foundations, and some fantastic curved floors. Modders, more curved stuff please. I was so happy when I saw that I could actually get curved walls in this, and I definitely think I'll be using them a lot in the future. But if the modders could give us some more stuff, which is curved, that is in different materials, that would be absolutely ideal as well. So the arena is actually going to be raised slightly on top of the foundations, and we're going to fill it in along with the metal floors from the concrete section, and we are going to be leaving a space in the middle, so we can add one of the brand new spike traps to the bottom. And on top of the spike trap, of course, a trapdoor. So now, if any of the unfortunate opponents would walk over the trapdoor, they would land into the spike trap, and pain would be ensued. Pretty nice idea overall. And now just filling up some of the other gaps in the walls to make it look all nice and tidy, and then add some fencing around the arena using the concrete. An important thing to note as well is that this entire arena I am building right now, it's going to be done purely with the vanilla assets and in the Wasteland workshop assets. There are going to be no mods for actually constructing this arena itself. So if you guys are on the consoles or you just don't feel like modding your version of the PC, you should be able to recreate this arena spot on. And we're going to be decorating this place with traps. I'm going to have flamethrowers in all the corners and saw blade traps in the middle. So there is no safe place in this arena. You are forced to fight. If you go too near the walls to hide, you'll get flamethrowed. And if you stay in the middle too long, you'll fall in the trapdoor, or you will get cut up with a saw blade. It's not ideal, but you know what? In terms of a spectacle, I think it's pretty darn cool. Going to put a lot of effort into the wiring of this place, making sure that I've got the wires going all the way around and none of them are going through the top of the roof. And now, using some of the Wasteland Workshop neon signs, I'm able to give myself some really nice lettering. These things are really cool. It's just basically normal lights which snap together same way any object would, except they're neon lights. And you've got the entire alphabet, you've got lots of numbers, and also you've got a variety of colours. So you can make any neon sign you want. You can write whatever message you want, and it's brilliant. And for the main entrance, we've got a brand new powered door. Now it's true, with the mods we've got mods like auto doors which make all doors automatic to open, but with these you can connect up a switch and open them whenever you want, so none of the contestants can actually escape or run away. And now I need a central control room for the entire arena. This is where we're going to activate the traps at will, and it's also where we're going to maintain the scoreboard I'm going to make. Simple thing, just some metal rooftops and some concrete walls with some windows, and it looks pretty good. It looks very secure. And using one of the brand new power generators, this is the power generator which has the fusion core in it, I'm able to give myself enough power for this place. But unfortunately it was a little bit too big to fit in the control center, so using the command console I'm able to scale it down 25%, and now it fits in here no problem. I obviously did have one of those with the mods already, but seeing as this is now part of the Wasteland Workshop, in theory all of you should have a power generator like that. Put up some little cheap seats around. This isn't going to be a glamorous arena, it's going to be one of those places that's only maybe open once a month, and you just go down for the day, you have some food, and you watch maybe 8 or 9 fights. Now I really love these. These are the oversized Nixie tubes, which I'm going to be using to make the scoreboard. Even though they're oversized, they're a little too small for my liking, so I scaled them up with the console commands to 3 times their original size, connected up a power generator to them, and now I've got myself a working scoreboard, and I can change the numbers whenever somebody scores a kill, and it's pretty cool. And now, I needed the opponents. I'm going to be getting a Deathclaw Battle, because I love Deathclaws, I use them in a lot of videos. It's very simple to capture a Deathclaw, just get one of the cages, connect up some power, and then you've just got to wait. It says it can take up to a week to capture an animal, but I actually waited 4 in-game days. So I put myself a bed down, and then waited a day, checked it, waited another day, checked it again, until after 4 days had passed, and then I was able to get my very own Deathclaw. You do get a variety of things you can capture, not just animals, you can also capture gunners or raiders in these, even super mutants, so if it's hostile, chances are you can capture it. And here we go, the door is closed, there is now a random Deathclaw in there. Who knows how powerful it is? It could be one of the weaker Deathclaws, it could be a matriarch, we'll never know. And now at this point I am making the little food court area. I decided to build it just with the shack foundations to make it look a little bit cheaper than the actual arena, and also it's going to be fairly long but not too wide because it's basically just going to be seats and a little bar area. Fence it off with the wooden railings to make it look good, and I wanted a television screen. Like, I actually did have cameras in my robot battle arena, but for this one I wanted a giant television screen. And as far as I'm aware, no modders have made any giant flat screen televisions, so here we have got just one of the default televisions scaled up to ridiculous size. It looks a bit silly, but you know what? This is a silly settlement, so let's roll with it. And at this point I decided to activate a load of my mods so I could build the little bar area. Using mods such as better stores, I'm able to get some cool neon signs which aren't in the Wasteland workshop, along with an actual counter which will act as the bar. And I'm able to decorate it with OCDecorator static loot to put some more little bowls on the side and decorate the place, make it look believable. And on top of that, I'm going to be using the Crafting Fury to build up these shelves, which are just absolutely stacked with food. And I'm going to be using these things for a long time, because the more clutter you can add to your settlements, the better they look. They look much more realistic. And using the Homemaker, I'm able to put down some of these dining tables, which look pretty cool. I believe they're originally in the vaults where you find them. And also using the Homemaker, I'm going to make a sleeping area for all the staff. It's just going to be a simple Covenant home, along with some double bunk beds in there. As I said, I don't think people are going to live here their entire lives, they're just going to be here once a month maybe. And for some reason, making this building made loads of Brahmin turn up. I don't know, maybe they like the house, maybe they want to sleep in the double bunk bed, who knows. Add a bust to the side to make it look pretty using the Wasteland workshop. And with some more stuff from OCDecorator, I'm able to decorate my battle arena control room to make it look a little more busy, a little more official, but nothing too fancy. It is a fairly simple arena after all. So, here we go, we've got the control room right here, looks pretty good. There is a button in there which activates all of the traps, and it's looking pretty good. The arena is done very well, I'm very happy how well it turned out with the vanilla assets, and the food court area is completely insane with the giant television screen. And as I said, I would love to have some mods which just add big flat screen televisions or even projector screens, but for now, we're just going to have to roll with the giant television. And now that that's done, I suppose really it's about time to put up some lights so that we can see the battle no matter what time of day it is. And I'm going to be using some simple vanilla lights mostly. These street lights are now in the Wasteland Workshop DLC, so I'm able to add those into the game. And using Business Settlement 1.8 Standalone, I've got a couple of extra signs which I can use to decorate the place. And it's really starting to come together now, and it does start to look more and more practical. And we've also got these traffic lights. I really like these. These are added via the Wasteland Workshop DLC, and I think they're pretty cool. You power them up, and the lights will randomly change colours. Looks nice. Same for these track light grounds. These are really cool, just little light bulbs you can attach to the floor. And I needed some more settlers because I couldn't be bothered to wait for them to turn up in time. So using Placeable NPCs, I'm able to add a load of random settlers to my settlement. So now, it's about time to get a battle going. This is Jake Finch. He thought he was really hardcore and was going to run with a raider gang in one of the quests, but you know what? He's a bit of a wimp, and we're going to prove it by him being our first contestant in the battle arena. and we actually caught an albino Deathclaw. These are some of the toughest Deathclaws in the game, and Jake Finch is going to have a rough time beating this thing with his 10mm pistol. Charges straight into the corner. Jake Finch is already cornered by the Deathclaw. It's not good, so let's activate the traps in order to give a Deathclaw a little bit of a losing edge, and it doesn't seem to be working. The saw blades are just not affecting him, but it does pin him into the corner a little bit so Jake can escape, but doesn't last long. 1 point to the Deathclaw. And unfortunately for Jake, it kind of carried on like that for a while. He fell in the death trap at one point, and he just kept getting stuck in the corner and just getting beaten down by this Deathclaw with absolutely no chance of escape. And he's putting up a very good fight, is old Jake. But you know what? I don't really think he's good enough to defeat this albino Deathclaw in any time soon. He just kept getting beaten down one swipe by this Deathclaw every single time, and there is nothing he can do about it. And it carried on like that for 9 rounds. Until, eventually, Jake Finch did able to get a couple lucky shots in. It got stuck on the saw blade quite a bit as well. So therefore, Jake Finch was able to take down the Deathclaw after 9 rounds. It almost doesn't count because Jake Finch is essential, meaning he can't die, but he was able to eventually take down the Deathclaw, and he feels so fabulous about that. He's going to prance around like a true trooper, even though it took him 9 rounds of getting beaten up by this Deathclaw. So, there we go. That is me building a battle arena using the Wasteland Workshop DLC. I actually really like this battle arena. I do like it almost as much as I like the robot DLC one. I do prefer the location of the robot battle arena I built, but there are some really cool things added in here from the Wasteland Workshop, such as the scoreboard, and we have also got all of the concrete walls which look absolutely fantastic. And to tell you the truth, it's probably not a bad place as a settlement as well. It's quite nicely decorated, it's fairly open and nice, and I do like it a lot, and I hope that you guys can build similar things using the Wasteland Workshop DLC. Overall though, I'd say that if you are into the settlement building and you don't have mods, definitely get the Wasteland Workshop. It's dirt cheap and I actually do think it is worth it. But that being said, if you're willing to mod your PC version, you can get some better stuff in my honest opinion. So, thank you very much for watching guys, this has been the final render. Remember to check out some of my previous videos, such as the previous episode of Building with Mods, where we built a 1920s speakeasy, which I thought was a pretty nice settlement inside a basement, and I really liked that video. Remember to check out the latest episode of Q&A and submit your questions for the next episode of Q&A coming later this week. And I do have some big plans for the future, including some stuff with some new games, and hopefully I'll be able to get that new graphics card in 2 weeks or so. Depends if I get paid from a job I did not long ago. So, thank you very much for watching guys, and see you next time.